there's been some great work on what behavioral markers predict divorce in couples counseling. Really solid work. Okay, so here's one predictor. If when the couple is talking in front of a therapist and one of them or the other or both roll their eyes, there's like a 95% chance they're going to be divorced within 6 months. And that's contempt. They've become so disconnected because they don't communicate, because the resentment has built up that they now have contempt for each other. But here's another cool fact from that research. So if you have people track the number of positive and negative interactions with their partner, you can calculate ratios, and then you can see what the ratio is that lends itself to the successful maintenance of a relationship. And so you might think, well, the more positive interactions, the better. And that's kind of true. So if it falls below 5 positive to 1 negative, the relationship is in danger. But if it rises, 5 to 1. And you can kind of see that because, negative events are more memorable and more powerful than positive ones. And so you know that if you read YouTube comments, But if it rises above 11 to 1, the relationship is also in danger. And you can imagine that what you want in a relationship is, you want support and love, and you want most of your interactions to be positive. But you want your partner to slap you now and then when you're being stupid. Right. And then if they don't, out comes your inner tyrant, right? You're just going to dominate them if they don't push back. And so if you have any sense too, if you have a partner, you want to encourage them to put limits on you, especially if they're a little more timid than you temperamentally. It's like you don't want to run roughshod over them because they know some things you don't. But it's so cool that it's above 11 to 1. So that means too much positivity is the death knell for a relationship. And you want someone with some spark, right? It's like, well, what if I push you a little bit? Even teasing. You want the person to be able to push back a bit. Yeah, unless you want to repeat it stupidly forever, right? I mean, that's the alternative in a relationship. Is I don't like conflict. I've been in plenty of conflicts, like plenty, way more than is reasonable. But I don't like them. Like I meet people now and then. I went to talk to Douglas Murray in New York City about a week ago, and we were talking about conflict, and he said, he doesn't mind a fight. And I've met lots of people like that they like that combativeness. And I don't really, but what I really hate is deferred conflict that escalates. It's like, it's better to get it over with now. And you're a fool if you think that running away from it is gonna, like if someone cuts you off in traffic and they're obviously really angry, it's probably better just to get the hell out of there because you're never going to see that person again, and you don't want a situation like that to escalate because
they might have a gun or whatever.
Well, you just don't know what's up with them. They're really strangers. Yeah. But, if you're dealing with someone day in and day out and they're pushing on the top of your head to stop you from growing, but that you don't get rid of the negative part of yourself, especially that aggressive part, by pretending it doesn't exist. That quite the contrary. That just doesn't work at all.